2009 has many supporters and advocates, but the policy will be set into law by our state legislature. Leading the effort on the Senate side will be the chair of the Senate Environment and Natural Resources Committee, Senator Jackie Dingfelder.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here today. Many of you are familiar with the work that we did last session, and I want to thank the former Senator Bacchian and now Commissioner Bacchian for being my partner in pulling together a whole suite of bills that we were able to pass last session. And many of you, of course, in this room helped make that happen. So I want to thank all of you. It's very exciting to look back and see the success of last session, but only part of the work got done. And so that's one of the reasons we're back here today, is to work on the remainder of that package. But I will say that this is a very important part of that package, and you may know that today Representative Cannon and I are holding a joint informational meeting from 3 to 5 o'clock, so I hope you'll stick around for that, on climate change and to provide an update of what's happened since last session. I do know that by investing in energy efficiency at home, we can create more jobs and prosperity here in Oregon, and of course in these tough economic times, jobs are really important because it's one of the few areas of growth that we're actually seeing in Oregon, where we're cutting jobs in other sectors. The energy sector, and specifically renewable energy, is growing, and that gives me hope. We're really becoming a clean energy hotspot, and the benefits, they radiate throughout the state, not just in my district, but districts all over the state. Let me give you an example of what you've heard, that we've brought online about 1,000 megawatts of new wind power throughout the Pacific Northwest. Let me give you a sense of how that translates into numbers of dollars of new revenue and numbers of jobs. We're looking at about $1.3 billion in new capital investment, about $2 to $3 million in annual royalty payments to rural landowners, and these are counties where they're losing money because they haven't had payments, their traditional timber payments. They've lost a lot of investments, and they're really hurting. And we're seeing, especially in rural areas, the highest level of unemployment. Between 5.8 million and 6.8 million each year in local property tax revenues. And I can tell you that during the hearings last session on Senate Bill 838, which set the renewable portfolio standard, we heard from folks all over the state, but was most compelling for me was hearing from the rural communities that came in and said, this is going to be a huge boon to our economy, and that's what we're seeing today. We've seen nearly 1,400 construction jobs during the peak period, but that's translated into about 80 new permanent family wage jobs for operation and maintenance. So as you can see, we're talking about much needed revenue for the state and much needed new green jobs as well. And so passing a strong climate package is not, in my mind, a luxury item, but it's what we need to make this a priority, and this is going to help with our economic sort of, rebirth in the state, because this is an area that's actually been growing, as I said, when other areas have been declining. So I'm really excited about working on this package. This session, I think the timing's great because it's an opportunity for us to once again grow our economy, especially in times when right now we're looking at potential cuts in other parts of our state budget. So I'm here to offer this ray of hope to my colleagues as a way that we can help reinvigorate our economy. So thanks so much, and we hope to see you later today.